Welcome to Good Mythical More. We are fully lubed and ready to take on some icebreakers that the internet says will get you into great conversations. But will they? Let's find out.
Let's tell a 10-word story. Daryl!
Somehow.
8.
3.
Little?
Pandas.
But
Nobody.
saw.
Them.
Daryl?
He got away with it.
Daryl somehow ate, well, Carol is what is
Carol
what,
somehow ate
Zachary.
3 little pandas, but nobody saw them.
Well, of course they didn't see him.
Hey, that's the way to do it, man. If you're gonna eat a panda, don't let anybody see you. That's the lesson that we've learned today. And that's a great way into a conversation. Hey, eating any pandas lately?
No, I haven't. Okay, yeah, so first of all, icebreakers is something that you might be thinking that you need to use as you reemerge into society and social gatherings.
Right.
And you've forgotten how to speak to people.
You could say things like, bean. See how people respond.
You won, man!
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Let's keep talking about it.
But then in this, we did a society only couple of rounds, and let me tell you, that was special. And there was, I mean, an ounce of redemption is worth a pound of rubbing it in your face. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. You should join the Mythical Society just so you can see what happened in the Mythical Society. We do that
I couldn't believe
on the
it.
Mythical Society. We take pieces of the episode that we don't show here on YouTube, and we just put them over there. And today, especially, things got interesting. I would say potentially the first ever 10 in this game
Yeah.
was scored only in the Mythical Society. I mean, while we're talking about that, we usually don't do that this early, but one of the main reasons that people join the Mythical Society is because they get these quarterly collectible items.
Red Link plushies, you got to sign up for Third Degree Quarterly Annual by December 31st, and they talk.
Every quarter, we do things like this.
Would you like some wood? Good mythical morning. Golly. You know what time it is. Hello, sheeple. We're still good.
And this is the only place that you can get. We're never going to sell this. You got to be a Third Degree member.
December 31st, Quarterly Annual Third Degree Plan. Visit mythicalsociety.com. Give us an icebreaker. Let's judge it.
The anxiety, the word icebreaker, the concept, the setting it gives me is so the level's so high. I get very anxious with this type of setting in which you don't know people and you're
You mean like a group of people in a circle and they've all got that kind of icebreaker?
Like this is orientation for this class or this camp or this course that you're taking.
Oh God!
And
When it's like you got to say 3 things about yourself, and like I get really anxious with that too. And here I am, a performer. You'd think that I'd be ready for that.
you like blank on you don't know anything about yourself. You don't know your name at that point, and it's just the pressures too. You're sweaty and cold at the same time.
I think the downfall of every icebreaker is that everyone is thinking so hard about what they're going to say that they don't listen to the thing that the other people say, which is the whole point of an icebreaker, is to learn things.
But maybe some of these will be good, and maybe they'll warm you up to the world of broken ice.
I haven't heard many of these. So the first one is, if you were a potato, what way would you like to be cooked?
Well, let's just try it out. If you were a potato, what way would you like to be cooked?
I think I'd probably like to be turned into potato chips because I would probably most likely bring joy to a person or to a group of people, and I would last a pretty long time.
I think I would be a baked potato because I get to remain my true self for the longest period of time until I'm still consumed, which is a morbid thing to think about. Just being slowly consumed by someone.
Well, and covered with foreign objects.
Oh, I like that. Make me cozy if you're going to consume me.
Put me under a blanket of sour cream and
I would like
cheese.
to be boiled because it's like a hot tub until you die.
Yeah, and you don't even know that you're being boiled.
Turn it up slowly.
Yeah. That's a good one then. No?
Hey, I mean, that was
feeling
3
good.
really good answers. I feel like we learned
We're
some things
talking
about each other.
Yeah. It's like, Stevie, you've been vulnerable. Appreciate that.
She likes hot tubs.
What did you say?
She likes hot tubs. What do you
Oh,
think
I thought you
said?
said tatas.
She likes tatas. You know her. She said that. You can infer that from the fact that she wants to be a boiled potato.
What is your worst personality characteristic? This went from potatoes to,
I don't
this.
like this one.
Hey, let's go around and talk about how much you think you suck. Let's tank our own
This is like-
self-image in front of
yeah.
everybody.
This is like in an interview when they ask like, what's your, well, which I don't think people actually really do, but what's your weakness? What's your greatest strength? What's your greatest weakness? And
Yeah.
then you have to like come up with a weakness that sounds almost like a strength because it's an interview.
Right.
And then you
So
say
you're like,
things like, "I'm just too sincere. I'm just too, I'm just too hard of a worker.
What are the
Sometimes
ways
I
that
work myself to the bone."
What are the ways that we ask it? I think we ask it like, have you ever publicly urinated, especially at your place of work?
And being caught.
Right. Because there's only two
That's
guys
a cool
who can do that.
icebreaker if we want to pivot.
Have you
know.
ever publicly urinated?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which I would say, no, it's very, well, I mean, if you're camping, does it count as public urination?
I think you got to
No.
be in the city limits.
No. You got to,
You have to be
especially
in a
if it's a
specified
bird
city
sanctuary.
limits. And it has to be a bird sanctuary.
Yeah.
It has to be a place
Huh.
where you cannot kill
Have
birds.
you ever urinated in a bird sanctuary is the icebreaker.
Yeah.
Because I peed when we were back when I was in North Carolina over the summer, and we went whitewater rafting, and we got down to the river, and everybody was like gathering for the orientation, and I was like, I gotta pee, and so I just went to the edge of the parking lot, but it was like a river parking lot, and it just peed into the woods. That's not public.
It's a big risk though, because if some snarky cop wants to give you a citation, then that gets picked up on the internet as indecent exposure.
No, I think public urination starts and stops with public urination. I don't think they would go all the way to indecent exposure. Indecent exposure is like straight jacket. Wah!
If you were
Not straight
if you
jacket.
were
I think you
belligerent,
have to be in like
trench
school,
coat.
like if you're technically in like the, well, let's go to the next question.
You've never publicly urinated though.
Well, here's the thing. As a woman, you have to like, that's like really taking it to the extreme because
Yeah.
we can't just whip it out. It's like a whole production.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to invent a scenario in which, oops, my pants dropped.
Yeah.
And I
There's more involved.
yeah.
whoopsie, I'm squatting to pick up my pants.
Would you rather fart or burp, Glitter?
I was reading recently, and I thought of you.
Definitely fart glitter.
There's a glitter pollution problem.
Of course there is.
There's so much glitter
It's
in
everywhere.
so many things now.
It's probably suspended. It's everywhere now. It's probably suspended.
I don't think
Globally.
it's suspended. I think it's like settled, and that's the problem.
It keeps getting blown around though.
It's settling places.
How do you think deserts are made?
Glitter deserts, yeah.
Boring glitter. You gonna sneeze or are you thinking hard?
I definitely think I would be farting glitter because by the end of the day, you just clean out your underwear. You know?
Right.
Unless you're wearing boxers and then glitter just comes out of your
Pant
bottom
leg.
of your pants.
There are worse problems than having a trail of glitter coming out of your pants, though, you know?
Right.
It's like, that guy's pretty cool. I mean, he's contributing to the glitter pollution problem.
But if you're burping,
But,
you gotta spit it out or swallow it.
And then it's like
then it's in your
mouth.
pants. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If you're burping it, you're gonna swallow and then fart it anyway. So,
Oh, wait, sorry. Was that a good question?
we're just coming up with a definitive.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I think okay, so the one about what's your worst personality characteristic, bad question, because it immediately puts everybody on the defensive, and then people like competing to be more vulnerable.
Confessional.
There's no humor in it unless you just make it humorous. It can be a huge downer. So
Right.
horrible one. Glitter, it got us talking. We're laughing. I think
Bodily
that's a good one.
functions. Everybody. It gets people who normally wouldn't talk about farts saying the word fart, which is a great way to just dive in the deep end of a relationship.
I would say it is a notch below the potato question, though, because there's, a wide range of
Yeah.
And
answers to that.
it's either yes, it's binary, and it's also people are polarized by bodily function,
bathroom humor.
humor.
Yep.
Who
Mythical best.
was your childhood actor slash actress crush.
This is a decent one. This could out somebody.
It's also like age defining.
That's cool. I mean, is it? Am I being?
Well, actually,
could it out
no.
somebody?
It
Is
would
this?
reverse. It would end me. Because my childhood crush was like
end
Jonathan
you.
Taylor Thomas. Although, in a way, it would out me because all the guys that I had crushes on look like very beautiful women.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas
Home
looks like a beautiful
Devin
woman.
Sawa, Kevin Zegers. If someone wants to make a chart, Eric Von Detten, that was the other one.
I'm having a tough time
they
remembering.
basically, if you just glance, look like the same guy all at one time.
I'm trying to think of actors versus like models, because of course, like everybody was in love with Cindy Crawford, but that's just who wasn't, right? So it's like people on shows.
Yeah.
But like as a like you had to be a kid crush situation. I feel like like 12, like you're 12 years oldish.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like when I was, let's just say when I was 10, so late 80s. What was on television and who were the girls that were on like the shows that I was watching?
I mean, I definitely remember the Cindy Crawford Pepsi commercial. I don't know what year that was, but I was of an impressionable age. All she had to do was drink a Pepsi
Oh,
in those shorts.
Denise on the Cosby Show, big time.
Yeah. She had a vibe too.
That was a big one for me.
Okay. I can't remember anybody else.
Well, I don't think this is a good icebreaker question. I just
I think
listed
it's a
like
good one.
5 dudes
I think it's a
that
good one.
that I had a crush on, and you guys can't think of.
Hey,
Any
I said
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You like the girl from Small Wonder?
Yeah. It's a Vicky. I liked Vicky, the robot from Small Wonder.
It's odd, yeah. But whatever works, man.
Let's hear another. Oh, she's choosing.
I'm picking and choosing at this point. Do you prefer gingerbread people or houses?
I don't like
Oh.
either of them.
Yeah, I'm anti gingerbread.
Yeah, this is a pretty anti-gingerbread establishment.
Yeah. What is this, like a Christmas craft icebreaker? Which one do you want to make, kind of a thing?
But at least with gingerbread,
Neither.
gingerbread men, it's over pretty quickly, both for them and for you, you know? The gingerbread house just feels like an art project that nobody wants to do.
I went to like a really hipstery, like down at the brewery, gingerbread house competition party years ago, where like it was like
Down at the brewery.
architects, designers like taking it seriously. They like designed their own gingerbread based structures.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
I went to the... now
Were
that
they
I'm
still
thinking
fully
about it-
edible? It had to
I
be,
would
right?
think so.
That
I think
has to
that's
be
the
the
rule.
rule.
I went
Yeah,
to
but
the-
I
I'd be
won't
applying
eat
some
them.
hot
The
glue when
national-
no one's looking.
I went to the national gingerbread competition because, technically it wasn't.
Were you
It
a
was-
celebrity judge?
Gingerbread house?
Yeah,
Okay.
because at the
Biltmore.
the Grove Park Inn
Oh.
in Asheville, every
Yep.
year they do this incredible competition, and then they show all the winners in this one room. And they also have a giant one that you can walk in. And I got to say, even seeing the best ones in the world, I was kind of like, meh. So it's not my thing.
There you
Sorry.
go. Wasn't hipster enough. Maybe you should have gone to Stevie's.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we should just go back to the potato question.
We
It's
started
normal
really,
icebreaker.
really strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were a potato,
Yeah.
how would you like to be prepared?
And why?
Mashed, milked, and mushed. To get the Red Link plushies, join Third Degree quarterly or annual by December 31st. Visit mythicalsociety.com for details.